Hi, welcome. Ayanna comes to us from Encinitas, California, and she has a lovely story to share. We would love to hear how Shreem Brzee has changed your life.
Absolutely. Thank you. I just want to be great gratitude to Babaji and to you, Jay Radha, and your beautiful team of Wealth Rising. Just an amazing team, and all my panelists here. Anyway, I'm very thrilled. You know, when I think about Shreem Brzee itself, the Shreem Brzee itself, I actually started it 2 years ago. I thought I started in September, but I actually started in 2015. I'm just going to share a little bit about that story. My fiance of 26 months passed away very suddenly in December 2015. And that threw me into about 2.5 years of suicidal grief. And I lost everything. So he was gone, my home, my temple, money. I couldn't focus on business. So the money wasn't coming in. And when I woke up out of that grief, that deep, 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 sad grief, I realized that I was broken. I had $100 in my account. My rent was due. My car payment was 3 months due. And I woke up, no food in the refrigerator, nothing in the house. In fact, I'm not even sure how I even got into that apartment because I was under such a fog and such a deep grief. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get thrown out if I don't, there's $100 in my account, rent's due. And at that moment, I woke up and said, what are we going to do? And I took the $100 and I, bought some food and invested in the least expensive coach I could find. And then I found Shreem Brzee. So I've been chanting since the November 2015. I've been chanting Shreem Brzee every day, 108 times every morning since then. I also came across the Thiro Nilakantam. And so I've been chanting that every day since that time. So in that moment of waking up and getting a coach to help me create, I realized that I'm thinking back and I realized that the Shreem Brzee, within 3 days, I had created a program. And I said, okay, what am I going to do? I need to create the best program I can create, the best tools I can do, the best product. I need to raise money. So within 3 days, I had $5,500 and I had a new business. And I also decided at that moment that I was going to study wealth, teach wealth, help other women to become wealthy. And so that's what I do now. In September of 2017 is when I found Wealth Rising Gold. And because I already knew that creating wealth is really it's a spiritual first. We have to address it spiritually first. And so in 2017 with the Shreem Brzee, the Wealth Rising program, I just went really deep with it. I went very, very, very deep with it. And did all the remedies, did everything that was required. Now, what happened is that during that time, my landlord gave me a notice to move. And so I had a 30-day notice to move. I had to move by the end of December 2017. And I was actually freaking out because of the trauma of having to move before. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where am I going to live? What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And, but I stayed faithful with the program. I stayed centered within myself, within my bhakti, within my devotion, and did not look for a place. Until, because I'm like, it has to be the right place. It has to support me spiritually. I did not look for a place until December 23rd. And I recall being on one of the calls with Jay Radha, and I'm like, I'm having this thing that I have to move. And Jay Radha said, Babaji says you got to be practical as well. You have a plan A and a plan B. So I put my things in storage. I had a plan B, which was to move totally out of the county that I live in now. I went to a Christmas party, December 24th. I walked in, sat down, and within minutes, a woman walked in, sat next to me, and said, I'd like to talk to you about moving into my home. And she owns an estate. And there's a beautiful temple on this property. Where I live now is like a beautiful temple dedicated to spirit. And so she asked me to move in, and she said, I need help with the temple. I need help with the property. Come, you could do your spiritual work here, and I need your help. I said, okay, well, what are the conditions? And she said, no, just come, you could leave a donation in the temple when you want to. You can come and go. You can do, when you need to travel, you can go. And so I moved in on December 27th, moved in. It's a beautiful estate. I live in luxury. I have a beautiful temple that I tend and garden. Everything that I had actually envisioned to support me in this journey is here. And as a result, so I went from that, like, where am I going to live, to living in an estate. I also, my expenses decreased because I don't have to pay. I shouldn't say this on here, but my expenses decreased, and which allowed me to save and to begin to clear some of the debt that I had from the trauma of losing my fiance. So that's where I'm at right now. There's a great deepening of devotion to Babaji since the Wealth Rising workshop we had here. It's something much, much deeper happening, and expansive and beautiful. Oh, what I didn't say is that all my clients, all my students that I work with, I give them Shreem Brzee. I give them Shreem Brzee, Theta Neelakantam as part of the coaching program that I have. These are the tools. They want to know how to get ahead and get out here. Shreem Brzee. So there I am.
Wow, that's fantastic. I didn't know the earlier part of your story, so thank you for sharing that. I do remember talking to you on the Wealth Rising, one of the calls, and I remember you saying, well, because I told you to be practical, and you did. You found the plan B, but then I said, what do you really want? Remember, it's like, what do you really want? You're like, no, I want to stay here. I don't want to leave Encinitas. And then I felt like once you got grounded and no, that's what I want, then, this veil lifted, and then the manifestation occurred for you.
Yes, and I'm actually living exactly where I want to live. I was very specific between this street and that street, between this and that, very close to the ocean. I have an ocean view. I could walk to the ocean. I could walk to downtown Encinitas. I could walk to Yogananda's ashram. Yeah. It's very specific, which really surprised me.
Right. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much.